Okay.
Here we talking about Russian hacking.
Mm-hmm. 7 Russian government operatives have been charged with hacking into the computer networks of organizations working to investigate and stop Russian athletes doping. Just after Russians was banned from the Olympics due to state sponsors doping revelations, the hackers also allegedly target other international entities seen as thwarting Russian strategic interests. So they were in the Olympics.
Yeah, they was trying to take away Olympics from the United States.
Oh wow! Seems a little bit overkill, but yeah.
Yeah, and basically like people like would come on inside the United States and use like fake Facebook pages, fake Instagram pages, and like they would talk about like how they would talk nasty stuff towards the government or how we do things around here in the United States. And so basically they're trying to send people over here and use our stuff and hack our internets and stuff like that.
So they're invading our privacy with anti-governmental harassment.
Yeah, basically trying to get. They've basically been targeting Donald Trump lately. They've been targeting the president and the actual government.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised about that.
Yeah, and that's how they had like many occasions. Like they just had plenty of like FBI going around trying to seize, like making it stop. It didn't work. Like they just used like fake pages, and then they hack people. They using bank fraud. They using like different stuff to get inside the like funding side of the government.
Yeah.
After Russia was found to have engaged state-sponsored doping during the 2014 Sochi Winter Games, the International Olympic Committee limited Russian athletics participation in the 2016 games. So it was basically limiting like what they was doing. They said since we can't come over here and have an equal debate on what we need, we just gonna start limiting participation of what is going on with what we're gonna have doing with the United States.
Well, I see what they're trying to do. They try to limit Russians coming in
funding
for the funding for the Olympics, but I'm also looking at the fact that there's also a negative toll.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some people who are anti-government towards America.
Yeah.
There are some good people who actually want to actually participate in the Olympics because they actually train their hearts out throughout the whole year,
mm-hmm.
just to get into it. Personally, it's sending a bad rep between two nations that should be together.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing how the president's kind of being so critical about stuff, it's gonna take a toll on not just America but on the Russian soul.
Well, that's kind of cool. That's kind of dope. And recent uploads, how the latest revelation about Paul Manafort could Kellyanne Conway under Mueller's scrutiny. Latest on there. At the heart of any campaign, in big or small, is data. Tweeted Messer, senior vice president at the RPA-AC at University of Southern California professor. So basically, she's Russian, and she's trying to get everybody to, I guess she's running for the office in somewhere, and she don't feel like she's, intelligent enough or basically override like what she's been doing. So they feel like they have to take that side from her life. They have to they have to scrutinize her basically because she's Russian. And because she's Russian, because the thing about it is that we having this hacking and all this stuff with Russia, the United States probably don't feel like we need somebody in office inside her.
Okay, that is a definition of a closed-minded reality.
Yeah.
Because not all Russians are bad.
Mm-hmm.
There are some Russians who come to America as an advocate of learning.
Mm-hmm.
And what people don't understand is that just because you're in a certain area doesn't mean you have to represent that area.
Yeah.
But personally, if you want to try to run, just do it. Because there are people who are going to scrutinize every single time because they want to get ahead in life.
Yeah. Something like even in them higher domains, like you just have to have somebody that come behind you and be like, "Oh, we found something from your background. Oh, something is coming out." It's basically like
and that's
finding some way of basically getting you out of your comfort zone.
And personally, I think that's the most oldest tactic in the book, despite it being very persuasive.
Yeah.
But the only problem is that it's overly used. And what people don't understand is that because you did something in the past doesn't mean you don't have to be doing this in the present.
Mm-hmm.
So my motto is forget the past, worry about the present, and try to strive for a better future.
Yep. And then Mueller had ties with the Russian military intelligence, which means they're trying to lean somewhere into everything that she has. So now that the United States knows that, they feel like we're not gonna have you in the office at all,
and
because you're around Russian military intelligence,
and everything that's based on that understanding of that intelligence
mm-hmm.
and what she's trying to strive for. Basically, they're trying to hold her back because of a small stereotypical view,
mm-hmm.
and we don't supposed to be scrutinizing people because of that.
Mm-hmm.
We go by actions instead of the actual intent. We go by their intent, but we also judge their actions before you try to go into them.
Yeah.
But if they've been a good Samaritan, I'll see why they're scrutinizing her. But if she has some bad raps or still keep on doing the same thing over and over again, then you can judge about that cover.
Yeah, me and my sister was talking about that. We was talking about like how they have like we have like a black Facebook.
Yeah.
We don't call it black. We call it like, okay, African Americans like have their own little website,
mm-hmm.
and just talking about like Russian hacking and what has been caused and what they doing and how we gonna stop it. And the people we was talking about it was just like nobody can actually stop it. Nobody can they just come in there and say what they want to say, and after that we go off of it. People try to click on their pages to tell them to stop what they're saying and scrutinizing the United States and scrutinizing black people as a total, and then we just get sick and tired of it. So that's probably why we're trying to get all this to stop.
Well,
or some of it.
Yeah, I understand. We try to stop that type of contact,
mm-hmm.
but personally, if they're still going to do that and to disregard what you're saying, they're going to remain to their own understanding and keep doing it until they say, you know what, we basically can do whatever we want and you can worry about yourself. But personally, the only way a person can really stop this type of agreement,
mm-hmm.
if it's by force, or don't do it and it gets out of control, then people will have to act on it.
Yeah.
But personally, they do have to stop, but we can't force them to stop.
And we got to figure out some type of way, make sure we have identified other people. We got hackers, we got IT people, but we need to figure out some way to make sure everything gets blocked on like a firewall or something like that, so people can get drawn in with their accounts, with their houses, their lifestyle, basically just everything. Make sure everybody's accountable for themselves.
Yeah. Well, the first thing to start is stuff that you try to comment on.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure is not a biased agreement.
Yeah.
Make sure it's an actual factual, and try to say stuff that is not going to be harming towards your lifestyle or
mm-hmm.
your work lifestyle. So we have a way of expressing our feelings towards certain comments, but we have to be accountable for that action.
Okay. Well, this concludes our conversation. I am Dalvin Morris. This is Melvin.
Hey.
And stay tuned.